Consumer proposals and bankruptcies, they're not necessarily something to be frowned upon, because if you are pushed in that corner, this is a very important thing that could give you a reset. What is insolvency? Big words. Big words for a guy who finances motorcycles for a living. Insolvency is your inability to pay back your bills that you already owe. Meaning there's more money that needs to go out than what's coming in, making me insolvent, not capable of making my payments, which can happen for many reasons. It could happen because I have too much student debt, because financially the cost of living has gone up, like we've seen quite a bit in the last few years, and it just makes it where that capacity isn't there. So when I start being insolvent on loans, it means I'm not paying them back. I'm starting to be late. So like on a mortgage, if I'm insolvent for 9 months in Ontario, that is where it's going to trigger a repo on my house, meaning I'm not able to pay it, so eventually the bank's gonna take it back. That's the whole point of the contract. Hey, I'm borrowing you this, you're gonna pay me this back. If you can't, I'm taking it back. That's the way it works, right? So what can protect you with insolvency in Canada that is good to know? And insolvency agents work with this. They work with getting you back where you need to be. And the two main things are bankruptcies and consumer proposals. They look the same, but they're actually two separate legal filings. So a bankruptcy is where I am tapping out. I'm telling my creditors, listen, I can't do this. I am insolvent. I cannot pay you guys back, so we're gonna negotiate something and I'm getting rid of all the credit and I'm going bankrupt. A consumer proposal looks the same, but I'm choosing a section of that. I am saying, hey, this burden is too much, but I'm able to pay my house and I'm able to pay my car, so you negotiate to reduce the amount that you owe on your consumer proposal, and then you make payments towards that at a fixed term so that the payment is the same. Usually it'll go up to 5 years on a consumer proposal. It's shorter on a bankruptcy. And then once I have paid that, I am clean of that debt that I was insolvent on. It's important to note that consumer proposals and bankruptcies, they're not necessarily something to be frowned upon, because if you are pushed in that corner, this is a very important thing that could give you a reset. And when creditors really care about credit history, if you go bankrupt to get yourself back on a reset, you're gonna be able to rebuild your credit much quicker than if you just never keep up with your payments and you keep missing payments and missing payments and missing payments and missing payments. It's gonna be a lot worse for you than saying, hey, no, I need a master reset, and that's what I'm gonna do. And then once you're in that consumer proposal and that bankruptcy, you can actually start rebuilding your credit somewhat. You can get some credit cards. Two companies that are great in Canada is Capital One and Canadian Tire. They'll pretty much give a credit card to anybody. Make sure you check out our video about credit cards. That is going to help you get back on track. So understanding that insolvency is a thing that a lot of people deal with, and the reason that there is laws there and legal proceedings like bankruptcy and consumer proposals that we can do is to give you the chance to get ahead and to get out from that debt, to resume, and then start building back. It is important to note that you understand that your behaviors determine all this stuff, so that if you do get into this bind and you do happen to have to go that way, that you have to do everything possible to not go back down that road, or else credit is just gonna be impossible. The other cool thing is if you do a consumer proposal or a bankruptcy and you're discharged, meaning what I owed, so whatever payment plan that I agreed for my consumer proposal, I finished paying that, that's when I am discharged. That is when I am done with that and I can start rebuilding my credit. We do have creditors in the power sport industry and motorcycles and snowmobiles and stuff like that that will take a chance and then will give you another machine for you to keep rebuilding that credit. It's gonna be a higher rate, but you have to understand that when you did that insolvency where you didn't pay your bills, or you did the bankruptcy, or you did the consumer proposal, everything that you agreed to pay back, you now retracted from that. So that is like if you lent $2,000 to your buddy and he says, I'm gonna give you $2,500 back, And after a year, he's giving you $800 and he says, you know what? I'm never gonna be able to pay you that $2,500. So $800 is all you're getting and that's it, that's all.
Nope.
You're not gonna be happy about that. You're not gonna be lenient on wanting to lend that guy money again. It's gonna take time to build that trust. So put yourself in that mindset and then you'll understand creditors. So if you're looking to buy that new motorcycle, but that bubble's about to pop and you're not able to pay all your bills, consider bankruptcy, consider consumer proposal, get that stuff taken care of, get your house in order, and come see me and we'll get you riding.